And we're back.
Hey, honey.
Hey.
So we said goodbye to Bill Paxton.
See, you ruined my lead-in. Just so as you know. My lead-in was going to be...
I'll edit this out. We can do a new read.
No, whatever.
No, it's fine.
No, it's okay.
No, it's not a big deal.
Whatever. So, because we happened to be recording on Sunday...
Yep. On Oscar night.
On Oscar night, I was thinking of looking back and finding some random Oscar-nominated movie.
Mm-hmm. Or some, like, Best Picture shit.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then... Bill Paxton died.
Yeah.
And I went, how about Apollo 13?
And I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because, have you seen this?
Uh-huh.
I haven't.
But you know how it ends.
I mean, it's a matter of history, so yeah, kind of.
Yeah, except for apparently somebody in the test audience didn't know that.
No, it wasn't the was that the test audience?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
It was in the test audience. And in the comment card... He said it was pure Hollywood and totally not plausible.
What?
Exactly.
I can't even.
Well, considering it's set in 1969, or is it 1970?
70, I believe.
Yeah.
Apollo 11 was 69.
Okay.
Because that happened on the day, on my birthday.
Oh, 'cause the moon landing.
Yeah. July 20th, for those of you listening at home. Also my wife, because she never remembers when my birthday is.
True facts.
Just moon landing, honey. Moon landing.
I don't know what that date is. Sorry.
I just can't win.
Nope.
Alright, anyway.
Agua Bita?
Yeah, it's empty.
Talk about mixed...
Metaphors?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whatever. So it was Ron Howard's Ron Howardist movie. Or Howardist movie?
Yeah, let's go with that. Howardist.
Howardist.
Most Howard?
Most Howard, because it had his brother.
Yes.
As per usual.
Mm-hmm.
His mother, his father, and his wife.
Who's his wife?
She was in the background when they met... When the astronauts were saying goodbye to their families from across the road.
Oh, okay.
She was milling about back there.
So it was the Howardist of movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His mom was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. As Millie?
As Blanche.
Whatever.
Blanche.
All old women are Blanche or Millie, and I picked wrong.
True facts. You picked wrong. What?
I just can't make you happy.
No.
Anyway.
That's why we do a podcast.
Yeah, it's true. Just air our dirty laundry for anyone to listen.
Yes. What did you think of the movie?
I
have not seen this movie before.
I enjoyed it more than I have enjoyed many Ron Howard movies.
I can see that.
It was certainly better than Da Vinci Code.
That was a Ron Howard movie?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't that have Tom Hanks in it?
Yeah. It was also hot garbage.
How much of that was the source material?
That's probably most of it.
I mean, look at the source material he had for this.
You mean things that actually happened?
Well, yeah. But he was able to make something pretty awesome.
It was a very compelling story. And... yeah.
There was no unnecessary sex or nudity in this.
There was some unnecessary sex.
They were in the shower.
Yeah, doing sexy stuff.
Yeah, but then he got the call.
Yeah, that he's going to the moon.
And then nobody came to say goodbye.
Wah, wah, wah.
Sorry, Kevin Bacon.
Okay, so did you, when we watched this movie,
did
you actually, keep track of the characters they were playing? Or it's, Tom Bacon and Kevin Hanks. Yeah, it's, fuck.
It's okay, we'll let it out.
I was so worried I was going to do that, so I just did it.
I'm sorry. That's usually my thing. I'm the one who flips words. words. Oh, it's so nice to hear it when
But
somebody else
hey.
does it.
Bill Paxton's still Bill Paxton, and not misidentified as Bill Pullman.
No.
I mean, yeah, like, okay, so Kevin Bacon and Tom Hanks are fighting. Not Jim Lowell and... What was that guy? Yeah, exactly. And that's... I think that's my problem with watching A-list stars in movies. Because, for instance...
Well, I think in this one it's different.
Mhm.
Because they don't refer to each other by their names all that often.
Yeah, it's hey you. Or Fredo. Like, was his name Fred and you call him Fredo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's...
And, like, Jim Lowell is memorable enough because everyone calls him Jim.
Yeah.
But you look at it like, no, that's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Why are you calling Tom Hanks Jim? It's Tom Hanks.
Yeah, this probably is a little bit harder to separate because it's... There's so much of this movie that is just the three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, obviously confined.
Right.
And so only so much can happen within that confined space.
But even, like, what I'm talking about is, like, even in Mission Control, it's Ed Harris is talking. He's got something to say.
I didn't even know Ed Harris's name, the name of his character, until the end.
Yeah.
When they were doing the "Where Are They Now" kind of thing.
It's like, oh right, he did have a name, and not just that's Ed Harris. And I think that is a continuing issue with just A-list stars. Like, here's a question for you. What was Brad Pitt's character's name in Seven?
What's in the box?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea.
Doesn't matter because he's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, and he turned down this movie to be in Seven, and so I can only imagine it was Kevin Bacon's role.
Yeah, I could see that.
In that, I don't know what Gary Sinise's character's name was.
That's what I'm saying. Because, like, when we watch movies...
I knew the wife's name was Marilyn.
Yeah.
Because of Mount Marilyn.
Yeah, that was important enough.
Well, and I think that name was said more.
Mm-hmm.
Or referenced more.
Well, yeah, like, well, we're passing the mountain. You know, the one that shares the name with your wife.
Yeah.
Or named after your wife. Because
Yeah.
that's never really illuminated, whether it's coincidental or I
On
definitely
purpose?
named this after you, my love.
They gave me a chance to name something, so I named it after you. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that. There's a lot of things I'm sure they didn't get into due to... I mean, it was already a 2-hour and 20-minute.
Mm-hmm.
They skipped over a correction sequence that they had to do, because we already saw one. I'm assuming we didn't need to see them all.
Yep. We saw one. We're going to have to do another. And they're going to talk about how we really don't want to have to do another.
Right, so... It's, not...
Yeah.
It would be boot leather at that point.
Mm-hmm. And they did keep it moving.
Yes.
I think there were a couple of scenes that I would have cut, if I were in charge.
Which were...
The scene where Marilyn loses her ring down the drain. Like, I didn't think that actually added anything to it.
I didn't think going to see his mom...
Yeah. That... But...
I mean...
you could have easily just cut Blanche entirely out.
Yeah.
Or Millie, or whatever.
Yeah. Because you were already getting the family drama.
Mm-hmm.
With the kids and the wife being all sorts of upset.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they didn't need to, keep going back to the son at military school.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we establish it.
I was more like,
sorry,
dude, you're in military school.
You establish that when you mention it on the newscast.
Yeah.
And
but
then,
it adds tension.
right before they come back from blackout...
Yeah.
You cut back to him, and he's, sweating bullets.
And then all of his classmates are so happy.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, we do that twice, not 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of fat to trim in this.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I understand this. They were trying to show the drama in Control, the drama at home. And then the poor kid. I mean, I kind of get that. He's off at military school.
Yeah.
He's not with his family. All he knows is
Yeah, yeah.
That his dad might not make it back.
And, like, really, we saw him, in the first scene, which
You're gonna get a haircut, right?
Which...
I'm on break, Dad!
That took place...
6 months.
Oh, it was, 8 months.
Was it?
No, longer than that.
Oh.
Because this was in April.
Okay.
So July to April was 9 months? I don't know. I don't math. Yes. 9 months. I can't even.
Yes. What did you think of the cinematography?
It was pretty.
And the CG?
The CG... not great.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not James Cameron over the top.
You're
CG.
right, it's not over the top James Cameron garbage. But... thankfully they used it sparingly.
Yes, they could have.
But, even when they used it, and because it was the day launch and a lot of that stuff, I'm like, that's not great.
Yeah.
Like the moon, the stuff where he's kind of dreaming of being on the moon.
Oh, yeah. Or
just dreaming about getting ejected out into space because shit happens.
Yeah.
Not awful.
I didn't think the dream thing was necessary. Unless, of course, he actually did have that nightmare. But it seems like something that they would put in there for dramatic effect.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So, yeah.
And again, just give us... I don't know if they were both necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Because the time you took, and also the money to render it, the time in the film's yeah, we could have been walking on that if it weren't for this thing.
Yeah.
Boom, done, moving on. Instead, we get this 2 or 3 minute dream of his walking down the landing ladder, and
all I could think of during that was Mythbusters recreating the faked moon landing.
Okay.
People saying that, the moon landing was faked, and so they did the reverse, and they tried to show what it would look like if you did recreate it. That's all I could think of. Now they have proof that it wasn't real. I mean, that was sort of my thing.
Yeah.
Malcolm says hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have more to say?
I did. Tom Hanks got to pee.
Yes, he seems to do that in all of his movies.
Yes, he got to pee. We got to see his urine ejected into space.
I mean, isn't that the dream?
Apparently.
Just whiz into space.
I do, however, feel sorry that they had to go on the Vomit Comet
700 times?
700 times in 13 days.
Ooh. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah. No. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that's just... Because I'm assuming you're going to have just blown eardrums for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So, trying to act with a popped eardrum and not just yelling...
And knowing you only have 20 seconds to get it right.
Yeah. No pressure. We're just going to do this for 2 weeks. No. Why did I let you do this to me, Ron Howard?
That takes a special kind of something.
No, guys, it's going to be awesome.
I could see,
I had better get at least a nomination.
I didn't even look to see if it was nominated for anything. I assumed it was.
I'm sure it got all of the nominations.
Well, it is a Ron Howard movie.
Yeah, people love Ron Howard movies.
That helps. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this movie. It's not one of those I'm bored, let's watch Apollo 13 kind of movies. I'm surprised you hadn't seen it.
Why's that?
'Cause it seems like, I don't know, sometime in the past 20 years this is a movie you would actually enjoy watching.
Probably. I don't actually honestly know why I haven't.
And it falls into I like this stuff based on true stories.
Yeah.
And I think I like it when things like this put stuff into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between this and Titanic was there wasn't a forced story.
Right.
This is legitimately the story.
Yeah. These are actually the things that happened.
We didn't have to make up stuff around it to make it.
Do you hear that, James Cameron?
Yeah.
I hate James Cameron so much.
I know you do. But in the same way that the images from the movie Titanic put into perspective the monumental thing that was the sinking of the Titanic, this really puts into perspective the oh shit of the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And you look at it now, so many years later, the technology that they had on hand then to where technology is now. Like, when Tom Hanks was giving the tour, he's like, you know, the dreams of having a computer that fits in a single room.
Yep.
And I'm like, we hold them in our hands.
I'm looking up information on this movie right now.
Yeah.
It won 2 Academy Awards.
Okay, so it does fit into the Academy Award theme.
Best sound and best editing.
I can see that.
I
can see the best editing.
Your editing could have gone a little longer. Just saying. You could have edited more. And nominated for Best Picture.
Okay.
Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Actress in a Supporting Role. Writing screenplay based on material previously produced or published. Art Direction, Best Effects, Visual Effects, and Best Music.
Oh, I guess I didn't really... Besides the pop stuff, I didn't really notice any music.
Oh, it was the James Horner score.
Okay.
Which kind of made me think that it was about to go, like, to the end, black, and roll credits.
Oh.
Like, 5 minutes before that happened. Like, guys, what the hell?
The rest of the cats say hi.
It's like, all right, we got the strings, we got the horns, we got the crescendo, and there's still more of this? Oh.
Yeah, but I think overall the pacing is pretty good.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot that it took 6 days.
Yeah.
The whole thing took 6 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a quick trip.
I didn't realize it took 4 days to get to the moon.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and I don't think they slept for half of it.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything after the tank explosion, like, no, there's just not going to be sleeping.
No, because I could see how that would be too anxiety-ridden to actually get anything done. I'm
too tired to not be an anxious ball of mess, and I'm too anxious to be able to sleep.
Yes.
Like, hello, feedback loops. And you guys are going to have to get home on your own.
Yeah.
Mostly on your own.
Well, and wait, you're telling us to do what? Put what with what?
What's with the note? Like, I didn't want to eject with you guys still in there. Like, good to know.
Thanks.
Like, also, the hatch would have been open and we all would have died.
Yeah, it would not have been good.
Who's to say?
They're real-life families.
This is also true.
The real-life people who were involved.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see how that'd be kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's not like Jack drowning in the ocean, man.
Oh, you're back on Titanic?
Yeah.
When was that? Was that 94?
No, it was later than that. It was because I saw it in the dollar theaters when I was in Nebraska.
Let's see.
I saw it in the real theaters here and then the dollar theater in Nebraska. So, 97?
Yes, 97. You were right.
I know stuff. For some reason, I know obnoxious things about Titanic. Like, I actually know things about Titanic, which makes it obnoxious.
Everything in Titanic is obnoxious.
Bill Paxton was in Titanic.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta pay rent.
It was...
And when James Cameron says, hey, I will pay your next 5 years' rent, just be in my 3-hour masturbatory picture...
You say yes.
Oh. No. If James Cameron asks you to be in something, just say no.
Oh, jeez.
Your career will thank you.
No.
Your bank account won't.
Just this guy will thank you.
Is also true. Ugh. James Cameron.
I am surprised. Ugh. So, I only know of 2, because I read it in the trivia today. 2 roles that were offered to John Travolta first, but then were taken by Tom Hanks. Mm-hmm. And it's this movie and Forrest Gump. which Tom Hanks was in with Gary Sinise.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine why anybody would have thought that John Travolta had the range that they would need.
I think in the early 90s you probably could have got John Travolta for cheap.
True. But with some name recognition?
Yeah, like, oh yeah, he was that guy from Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, before Pulp Fiction, he was not doing much.
No, he wasn't.
Kind of floundering.
Yeah. So I mean, like, with Kevin Bacon and Brad Pitt in this movie, yeah. Totally interchangeable. Mm-hmm. Even Seven. I think.
See, I have in my head a picture of Kevin Bacon being a more mature, older actor.
Than Brad Pitt?
Yeah. So, I don't know, like, what the age gap is there.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But I can see how that can be switched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, you can certainly make Brad Pitt look older.
Yeah. Well, and some of the times when we read those, you know, all of these people tried out, and you're like, really? Really? Mm-hmm. But this was legitimately offered. Mm-hmm. And Travolta turned it down. I would like to think he kicked himself for both. But thankful that he did. Yeah.
I mean, aside from Pulp Fiction, what great John Travolta movies have you seen since 1994?
I was going to say Look Who's Talking is before 1994.
Yeah.
So that's it.
You still haven't seen that. I still don't think I've seen that.
We'll see it eventually.
Is that going to be like first date movies?
Yep.
Because, oh honey.
Oh lordy.
Or no. So we should wrap this up and go to bed.
Yes, please.
All right.
Lots of drinking. Because you basically can drink for anybody who isn't Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
So.
Like, who's that guy? Just drink.
Yeah, you drink for the entire freaking
cast.
I
think I've seen him just drink.
Just drink. Drink for the whole cast.
Hey, Clint Howard, I saw him in Star Trek. Drink.
Yes. Does it pass the Bechdel? I think so.
Yeah, because
2 of the wives talked about whether or not they could go into space.
Mrs. Lowell, and
Bill Paxton's character's wife.
Yeah. Is it Hines? Hayes. Sure. Whatever. Maggie's yelling at us right now.
That's okay.
Because she wasn't here for this. Yeah, like they were talking about how, like, flight surgeon would ground the shit out of me before going up because I am a mess of nerves.
I have to admit, my favorite part of the whole movie was when they ripped off their biosensors. Yep. And we're just like, screw this! Shut up, Mr. Medical Guy.
I can definitely understand that.
Well, you do actually have cyborg parts.
Well, no, having been hooked up to, like, those monitors that someone else was reading at any given time, like, nope.
Yeah.
Don't care. Your blood oxygen's low. Like, yeah, it's because I'm trying to sleep.
In the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you had pneumonia, honey.
I know. Good times.
So yeah, I did. I have had those moments. And when your sensor has been beeping in the middle of the night, you have also had those moments. I am done with you.
I am not dying. I am far from dying.
Yes.
Did you just take that out? Like, yes.
So yeah, that was a highlight for me. I enjoyed that part.
Yeah. Like some a-hole in Texas doesn't need to know how well my kidneys are doing right now. Shit. Well, just flatline. Like, nope. Tore it out.
Yep.
Having a little medical mutiny.
That's the best line ever. Medical mutiny.
Yeah.
So, would you watch it again?
Yeah.
Is it worth owning?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'd watch it again if it was just on TV.
Yeah, but we don't have a TV that does that anymore.
This is true.
If it's free streaming somewhere,
yeah,
you would stream it.
If someone turned it on and I walked into the room, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Have they got to the medical mutiny part yet?
Spoilers. This movie's only 22 years old.
And the story is how old?
47?
Yeah.
Almost 47.
Yes. So, if they don't know it by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, oh yeah, Apollo 13. What a bed shitter.
Yeah. And I guess this is the time we make the announcement that we are no longer dropping on...
Oh, this will still drop on Wednesday.
Next time it'll drop on
Monday? Probably, yeah.
Oh.
It's just so late on Sunday that I want to go to bed. And
okay.
just post this later.
So from this point forward...
Future episodes will be dropping on Mondays.
Yes.
We're not done with the...
Yeah, we are. What else is there?
Diversity.
Oh, surprisingly there was some.
Not really.
There was reporters.
There was reporter.
There was 2. And there was a woman reporter.
Okay.
And there was at least one official within NASA that was not white that they showed on TV.
Okay. I'm going to say it was not very diverse at all.
Oh!
None of those people had names or, like, characters. It was, okay.
Okay, it passed diversity in the way Make Me a Sandwich passes the Bechdel. It's a low bar. It's a very low bar.
The argument I'm going to make against that point is that I don't think they actually just say make me a sandwich in 50 Shades of Grey, but I'm not in a big hurry to find out.
I was going to say, are we willing to cite our sources? Nope.
No, but we probably know someone who could.